Hey, he's a really good shover.
Are you gonna take that from him? That's not muscle, you know.
For a decade, The Drew Carey Show captured blue-collar laughs and surreal twists in the heart of Cleveland. But behind the catchy theme songs and quirky shenanigans, plenty of oddities lurked just out of frame. Prepare for 10 seriously strange facts about this cult sitcom, counting down to the most shocking of all. Number 1. The finale was burned off and almost lost. Let's go back to the wild world of The Drew Carey Show, where oddball humor and playful office chaos made Wednesday nights worth waiting for. After 9 punchy seasons, Cleveland's quirkiest crew deserved a big send-off. But in a baffling twist, ABC chose to run the series finale only in syndication during 2004, passing over the traditional network curtain call. For fans who had laughed along since 1995, this felt like a rug pulled out from under their living room sofa. No tearful goodbyes, no last hurrah, just a quiet fade in reruns. Even stars like Drew Carey and Diedrich Bader had packed in unexpected twists, wilder musical numbers, and that unforgettable giant bunny suit. Yet when the finale landed, it missed the celebration it merited. This odd ending rang out as a symbol of how unpredictable TV could be in the late 1990s and early 2000s, especially for a show already famous for breaking the sitcom mold. Sometimes the final act comes when you least expect it, leaving just a hint of laughter echoing in the living room dark. Number 2. Drew Carey's real-life near-blindness. You might picture Drew Carey's bright grin behind thick, black-rimmed glasses and think, classic sitcom style. But those iconic frames meant much more than fashion. In truth, Drew Carey wore them out of real necessity. Most fans never realize that he's legally blind, with severe myopia, a condition that blurs the world unless you're very close. His need for corrective lenses was woven into his personal life long before The Drew Carey Show lit up ABC in 1995. By making the glasses a signature, the show let Carey's everyman charm and vulnerability shine. He turned his limitation into a relatable quirk, helping millions see that humor comes with real struggle, sometimes right on the surface. Next time you see him reach for those familiar frames, remember, there's a whole world out there. But for Carey, clarity always came with a lens. As the laughter fades and scenes shift, sometimes the truest part of a character is what's hiding in plain sight. Number 3. The show broke the fourth wall a lot. Sometimes you sat on your couch watching The Drew Carey Show and felt like the cast was talking straight to you. Drew and his crew loved to smash right through that invisible barrier, poking fun at the very idea of television itself. They'd riff on their own scripts, openly discuss floundering ratings, or even call out the network censors by name, all during primetime on ABC. This self-aware sense of humor wasn't just rare for the era, it was downright rebellious. Who could forget when the show staged a mock protest over its time slot, or when Drew looked right into the camera to tease fans about the end of an episode? These fourth-wall breaks didn't just make you laugh, they made you feel like an insider in on every zany joke. It was more than comedy, it was a wild wink to the viewer, proof that in Cleveland, anything, jokes, reality, the format itself, could be turned upside down. That electric anything-goes energy was the show's secret sauce, and it always left you curious about what might come next. Number 4. The Office set came from another sitcom. Beneath the everyday hustle of Winfred Lauder's bustling office floor, there lurked a secret shared by sitcom insiders. Those vibrant blue and red cubicles, the backbone of Drew Carey's workplace misadventures, weren't built for his world at all. They'd already seen prime time under a different roof, originally crafted for Grace Under Fire, a sitcom that debuted on ABC in 1993, just 2 years before The Drew Carey Show launched its own run in 1995. Set designers made clever use of a tight budget and shrewd recycling. If you look close, the copy machines and rolling chairs Drew and Mimi bickered over were once part of Grace's Missouri landscape. Background meetings, frantic paperwork, even the familiar glint from a chrome desk lamp. All déjà vu for viewers with a sharp eye and a love of TV trivia. This practical, behind-the-scenes sleight of hand not only saved time and money, but gave Winfred Lauder an air of lived-in authenticity money can't always buy. Just imagine, beneath the layers of practical jokes and coffee breaks, echoes of another sitcom lingered, almost invisible, waiting to be spotted. The best-set secrets never stay hidden forever. Number 5. Oswald was almost played by a future star. Picture this. Long before you knew Jon Stewart as the witty host of The Daily Show, he was vying for a spot on The Drew Carey Show. In the mid-90s, Stewart auditioned for the role of Oswald Lee Harvey, the lovable but clueless best friend to Drew. But the producers had different ideas. Diedrich Bader swooped in with a knack for offbeat humor, and in 1995 was handed the role that would make him a sitcom staple. Stewart, meanwhile, missed out on the quirky world of Cleveland bowling alleys, but paved his own way to comedy legend status when he took over The Daily Show in 1999. Imagine the alternate universe where Stewart and Carey swap one-liners at the Warsaw Tavern instead of political jokes on late-night TV. Sometimes the cast list you don't see shapes pop culture forever. Next up, we'll roll right into another behind-the-scenes curveball that'll have you seeing The Drew Carey Show in a whole new light.
I guess it's up to me to outwit the devil himself. I'm not touching the devil. I'm not touching the devil. I'm not touching the devil.
Let's pause for a second. Did you ever dream about alternate casting choices on your favorite shows? Or maybe you auditioned for a school play and missed out on your perfect part. Share your own showbiz what-ifs down below. Number 6. Cast Salaries once nearly sank production. Picture this. In the late 1990s, The Drew Carey Show had turned Wednesday nights into pure comedy gold. But by the time Season 7 rolled around in 2001, the sitcom's popularity had caused its own bizarre crisis. With every rating climb and splashy storyline, lead actor Drew Carey and his co-stars, like Diedrich Bader and Kathy Kinney, negotiated larger contracts. Sprinkle in high-profile guest stars from the world of rock and film, and suddenly, ABC's budget was bursting at the seams. Headlines whispered about the show's possible cancellation, and behind the scenes, producers scrambled to trim costs. Long-running favorites saw less screen time, sets got reused, and sometimes even Drew himself shifted toward the background. The result was a show struggling to keep its rhythm while working overtime to balance the books. Yet through all the shakeups and cold number crunching, those offbeat Cleveland misadventures pressed on, proving even TV magic has a price tag. As the lights stayed on just a bit longer, you could sense change in the air, leading us closer to the show's surprising final chapter. Number 7. The show had massive musical numbers, red plaid, fluorescent lights, and then, suddenly, half the cast breaking into a full-blown dance routine. Unlike any sitcom before or since, The Drew Carey Show delighted in throwing massive musical numbers onto the small-screen stage. Who could forget the entire office belting out 5 o'clock World as Cleveland's workday chaos morphed into a toe-tapping spectacle? Or the unforgettable homage as the cast lined up for the time warp, bathed in swirling lights, like Broadway had barreled right into your Wednesday night living room? These signature moments appeared as early as the second season in 1996 and turned what could have been an ordinary workplace comedy into an unpredictable event week after week. No matter how gray Mr. Wick's office looked, you never knew when a neon conga line would emerge, lifting you right out of the doldrums. It was pure mayhem stitched with sparkle, and just as quickly as the spectacle began, it swept you back into the dingy cubicles, ready for whatever offbeat twist came next. Number 8. Cleveland Rocks wasn't always the theme. You can probably still hear the crowd chanting, and the guitar riff, Cleveland Rocks, became an instant anthem for The Drew Carey Show. But here's the twist. During its first 2 seasons, each episode opened with something softer, gentler. The original theme was Moon Over Parma, a crooning tune that captured Drew's everyman charm, but didn't quite slap the way later seasons did. It wasn't until Season 3, kicking off in the fall of 1997, that Cleveland Rocks, belted out by the presidents of the United States of America, exploded through living rooms nationwide. By switching themes, the show fully wrapped itself in Cleveland pride, transforming from simple sitcom to unmistakable hometown flag bearer. Suddenly, it wasn't just Drew and his blue-collar crew stumbling through life. It was Cleveland, loud and proud, riding shotgun. That shift in music didn't just set the tone, it sent a jolt of city pride through every punchline. And just like that, the show's rhythm matched the pulse of its roots. Number 9. Mimi's wild makeup came from a bet. Picture that unforgettable face, sky blue eyelids stretching nearly to her brows, garish blush, and those punchy red lips. Kathy Kinney's Mimi Bobek crashed onto The Drew Carey Show in the wildest way. That wildly flamboyant makeup started as a dare. Rumor has it during auditions in 1995, Drew Carey himself bet the producers no one would approve such an outrageous look. Not only did they bite, Mimi's face became a pop culture landmark, glued to fans' memories like one of her glittery barrettes. The look outlasted trends and spanned all 9 seasons on ABC, making Mimi an unlikely style icon. By season 3, you couldn't picture the Cleveland office without her popping eyeshadow staring down Drew or cracking a wicked insult. Mimi's off-the-wall style wasn't just a punchline, it was a flag for anyone who ever wanted to stand out. Even now, catch a rerun, and you can almost smell the powder and hear the gasp from a studio audience seeing her strut in. What could top a bet like that? Stick around for the next surprise. Number 10. The show featured annual live episodes. Chaos, adrenaline, and the buzz of anything could happen flowed through the set of The Drew Carey Show on nights when the cast went live. Starting in Season 2, Drew and his crew upped the ante by airing annual live episodes, sometimes putting on 3 wildly different performances of the same script in a single evening. Broadcast across different time zones in 1999 and 2000, these events saw stars like Drew Carey and Ryan Stiles riffing off wild audience reactions, the occasional flubbed line, and surprise guest appearances from friends like cast members of Whose Line Is It Anyway? Unpredictable improv, real-time jokes about the news, and unscripted chaos gave viewers that sense they were witnessing mischief no studio edit could contain. These nerve-wracking productions pushed network television's boundaries, letting playfulness and risk shine live from primetime Cleveland. While most sitcoms stuck to rehearsed safety, Drew Carey's live episodes dared to make mistakes, and audiences loved every unscripted second. With each zany live show, fans watched Drew and friends rewrite the sitcom playbook, one rolling, unfiltered punchline at a time.